What is up, boys? I've accomplished absolutely nothing besides getting a haircut. But it's multiple days later. Lots of things have happened. Nothing too important for the fucking channel, but we did get our crank pulley off. I did end up purchasing this bad motherfucker right here. I never heard of Flex before. This motherfucker puts in work. That fucking janky old Harbor Freight impact was not up to snuff, and I've always wanted a sweet cordless impact that has a ton of fucking power. So yeah, that's what we got. That is what we got. So I've got my little rigger up here to try and hold these cams in place. We're at TDC right now. So I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing. I've never done a timing belt on a F20B or an H22. I participated in a timing job on a single cam at one point in time many years ago. However, I've never done one on an H22 or F20B or H23 or any of the other H series engines. But it looks pretty straightforward. It's looking like that I don't need to reinstall this stupid balance shaft belt, so goodbye. So we're probably just gonna leave that off. But I do have a new belt. I do have a Kaizen Speed manual tensioner. So I'm a little torn. I mean, I want to do this shit right, but I also have slacked off on ordering parts like a new water pump or a new whatchamacallit, this little fucking thingamajigger here, this pulley. So I'm in between a rock and a hard place right now. Do I just fucking follow through and just send it and say fuck it, not do the fucking water pump and just verify that this bearing is still good, which it looks fine. It looks fine. The only reason I'm even in here is because this belt, it feels really hard. And that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about the belt. I mean, if the fucking water pump goes out, not that big of a deal. I'll just fucking take it apart again and fucking do a water pump. But it makes more sense. It makes more sense to just do the fucking thing together. So I might just take it off and see what the fins look like. I mean, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. But do I want to come back in here after the fact and do a water pump while it's in the fucking car? Honestly, no, I don't. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and take this shit apart, and I'll check back in with you guys. Okay. All right, boys, how's it going? It's another fucking day. Who cares? You know what really matters is we've got our little timing belt done. She's done. She's nice, tight. Kaizen Speed. Shout out to Kaizen Speed. Even though I paid way too much for that damn tensioner. That shit's installed. Nice new Gates timing belt as well. Installed. You know what I mean? Anyway. What we have to do now. This fucking sensor, because JDM Orlando thinks we'll strap this shit down and we'll break the fucking sensors and a bunch of other shit too. So I got a new one of these. I'm gonna take this bitch out. We'll take it out. We're gonna replace it, and then we are going to take the throttle body off, take it over to the wagon, and we're gonna do a little thing called calibration. Okay, so I'll check back in once I have that sensor replaced, the new sensor replaced, installed. You know what I mean? And then yeah, I'm gonna check in when we're over there. We're somewhere over there. All right? Okay. Boys, like I said, we're gonna meet up right around here. All right? So, what we got? Excuse me. while I vape. I'm very hot, I'm very sweaty, I'm also maybe a little saucy. However, we have successfully recalibrated our TPS sensor, throttle position sensor. All right, so you know, I've done this a couple times, and it's always been very frustrating because all the write-ups on YouTube, all the write-ups on Honda Tech, all the write-ups on any Honda forum you find is just either super outdated and all the pictures are gone, or they're just idiots and they didn't upload any pictures of what they did, or they uploaded very few and they only show you what wire to tap. Now let me do you a favor, okay? So we take our little digital multimeter right here, right? And at closed we should have 0.5 volts, right? Everybody says that. Everybody says that. But what they don't say is you don't want to go over here. What you want to do is go over to volts over here, the little squiggly line above it, okay? That's what you want to do, right? So then you go and then you tap your fucking red wire over there. You see that? You can barely see it, but it's there. That's the red wire we're tapped into, all right? Okay, right? So the closed throttle, we should have 0.5 volts, 0.5 volts, okay? Now when we go over here and we crank this bitch wide open, god damn it, it's flying everywhere. Crank this bitch wide open, we should have damn near 4.5 volts. Now, I have a junky ass Harbor Freight meter and it's a piece of shit, okay? But we got damn near 4.5 volts. So, in my book, I almost fell over. In my book, that bitch is calibrated. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna disconnect this, reseal up that wire that we tapped, throw that fucking throttle position, a throttle body, and new throttle position sensor back onto that engine. Alright? Okay, bet. But bet. Hey boys, we're back. Yeah. Alright. We've got our fresh valve cover on, OEM. We've got our fucking throttle body back on. Got our freshly calibrated piece of shit aftermarket. I mean, it's a wonderful piece, Throttle position sensor on, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, I'm a little conflicted on what to do next. There's either one or two things I can do next. Either I take this engine off the engine stand and I do the rear main seal, right? Do the rear main seal and put it back on the engine stand, which is honestly a huge pain in the ass. And then reseal the oil pan, because I jumped the gun. Because if you look right here, you see that little curve on the oil pan? Yeah, I jumped the gun. And I did the gasket when I shouldn't have. And look, somebody's calling me. That means it's the end of the clip. Well, it's another day, as you may have guessed. Maybe you didn't guess. I don't know. Also don't care. But if we look to the left, the engine is back on the stand. I didn't record shit. Because it's kind of a pain in the ass getting this thing on and off the fucking engine stand. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb or something. I don't know. But anyway, we've got our brand new rear main seal that you could just barely see. Brand new, brand spanking new. I've resealed this shit. As you can see, I got some schmeg all over the fucking place. However, that sucked. It's done though. And yeah, so what we have to do now, is flip her around and then redo the oil pan gasket. So I'm gonna do that and try not to fucking dump this thing. Fuck, I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. But yeah, and we're gonna reseal it and I'll check back in with you guys. Well, we're back. This fucking oil pan did not want to come off at all, dude. Fresh Honda bun, no joke. But it's cleaner than it was last time when I did it, because I think I was just too drunk to be doing this. It's still a little grimy, but it's good enough. It's good enough. The channel where the Honda Bond goes is nice and clear, ready for some Honda Bond. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get that Honda Bond on the fucking pan, and then we are going to seal her back up. Whew! I cannot wait to be done with this part because this shit is annoying. Boom! Hey! So we're back. Oil pan's on, nice and sealed up. Pretty good. I mean, we had a little seepage, but nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Oh, so I'm a little torn. Kind of want to pressure wash it, but I don't really fucking feel like it. I know if I don't do it, I'm not going to be happy that I didn't do it. So I might try and weasel this thing outside and try and spray her down after this Honda Bond dries up a little bit, and yeah, make her a little cleaner, you know what I mean? We'll check back in sometime soon. Alright? Well, boys, I'm back here. I've been here actually, I didn't go anywhere. So I have not wheeled this bitch out there to try and wash her off yet. However, what I have been doing is playing with spaghetti. I love spaghetti. Do you love spaghetti? I love spaghetti. Check out this spaghetti. So, in order to do this swap properly, what you need to do is get the IAB solenoid wires off the harness. And I broke that. I think it was already broken, the knock sensor. So I need to get one new one of those. However, we got the wire for the IAB, the two wires. One goes to the computer, one goes to the ground block. I think it's the ground block right here. I also pulled the Vtec solenoid wires from another harness because for some reason JDM Orlando was like, nobody wants these. You don't need these. We just cut them. Yeah, so I got those. They're chilling over here. We've got our Vtec wire, which is gonna have to be modified because the harnesses are very different from the, what do they call them? I don't know, CL1 I think. CL1, Euro R cord, or whatever the fuck comes with F20B. This goes right to the computer. But these other ones, they go right to the computer. See, the pin's completely different. So we got our knock sensor, Vtec solenoid, and then we've got our IAB solenoid connector. Yeah, the IAB solenoid and the knock sensor, they're gonna have to be modified in order to work with the Accord, so it's not super ghetto. You don't have wires just running over wires. Yeah, I try and do things as OEM as possible. I don't think I'm gonna get this engine pulled out tonight. I really want to, but I know once I start, I'm not gonna want to stop, and I have to go to dinner tonight, and it's just not gonna work. So I'll save it for tomorrow. I'm gonna get this shit as ready as I can, and for you know, to start swapping stuff over once I pull the engine out. But that's pretty much where we are. I think I'm gonna make this one video because I hate making 20-minute videos that take me 2 hours to edit. So this one will probably end up being like 10 minutes, cross my fingers. All right, boys. Well, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Also, press the like button. Press the like button. Yeah, and stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. Roast me in the comments if you want. Also, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, like I already fucking said. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.